Hello there everyone and welcome back to more Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. I, for the life of me, was not expecting to get this awesome on the very first episode. I was starting to work my way towards it, but not only did we find one, we got it in mint condition. It was a rare mech that we encountered in our current system, I believe, in Castilla, or it could have been, maybe it was Exodor, because I know there was also a hero Blackjack that we also added to our roster. So last episode, despite how rough it felt, especially some circumstantial, a little bit more, well, a little more difficult missions than it seems like, we're in phenomenal shape. It's just going up from here, and I'm looking forward to an opportunity to play with this awesome. Although, my current quota is I like to try and get rid of one mech once we fill out the full 12, unless there's a really solid mech that I may want to hang on to for cold storage. So one of these mechs has to go, and I think I'm going to get rid of the Jaeger mech. It's been problematic, it's sad to say, but maybe it's due to my own inefficiency to control this mech properly. Although really, if I want this mech to work, I probably am going to have to pilot the mech, I suppose. Since they tend to wander off on their own or roam around a bit when I don't wish them to. So I'm planning on getting rid of this thing, although I think I want to strip out the tier 2 medium lasers first before I do that. Although that's going to involve a few days wait, just 4 days, and then I'll probably sell it as a result of that. Thankfully, with me having to wait, I don't think I have to wait too long. I could just jump to the next system and repair everything else in the meantime, since I am going to be really damn close to this threshold, or at least going to be almost in the red, but thankfully I have about 80 days until the quarterly bill. So I should be perfectly fine. It's just a lot closer than I would like, because I was seriously not expecting to run into a dang awesome this early. I was expecting having to go into Merrick space in all honesty to try and grab it, but let's see. Let's get everything all situated. Medium laser, LRM 10, I do not have a spare LRM 10. So that's something I'm going to have to keep an eye out on, I suppose, as we progress with fixing his mech. And sadly, it's going to take 21 days, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get the repairs done by the time I'm out of the industrial zone. So, depending on how that plays out, I may just leave the dragon in the sidelines for the time being, and everything looks good here. Hell, the Enforcer took almost no damage. Javelin, on the other hand, or Generator, is a different story entirely. And this is my hero, Hero Firestar, so I'm excited to play with it some more. And with that said, do I have a replacement SRM-4? Especially since it was a tier 2. So that's a little more felt than I would have liked. Although we do have a spare, so I'm good in that regard. Maybe I should just leave those guys to fight most of the time if I'm worried they're going to get shot in the rear. But from what I noticed, the front armor was also breached, so I don't think it would have made that much of a difference. Now, big question. Do I throw the SRM ammo down to the legs or not? Because they're technically the same ammo. Or same armor currently, so I'm wondering if just throwing it down here will make it a little more make the Generator a little more resilient. I think I'll leave it be as is, because from what I'm noticing, the arms and the legs tend to go first. And then once these lasers are off, I'm just going to get rid of our Jaeger mech. And then otherwise, I think we already got ourselves a pilot. I'm going to keep an eye out for some higher skilled ones to start adding to the roster. And we'll get ready to make our way over to this new high reward quest. Although, there is no industrial zone, so I'll just jump over here. 13 days, a lot of wasted time, I'm afraid to say, but it at least gives me time for the Jaeger mech to finish, and then I could sell it. Although, honestly, I don't think it makes a difference whether I sell it in a conflict zone or not. This thing is in working condition, And the tier 2 lasers are off.
Won't let you down, Commander. I've trained
Now
for
where are
this.
you? And apparently, oh no, that's the battle mech. Oh my god, there's another awesome in here apparently. If I really was so ridiculous, I could buy me a second one. And a stalker too. Nice, very nice. I'll have to hold on to that because I really love my awesome, but do I really need two of them? I guess it depends on the variant, I suppose. So 9Q, this is or 8Q, this is the same kind of variant as what I currently have. But either way, that gave me a lot more breathing room. 28 skill. The rule is I want to try to avoid piloting skills being below 5, but ooh, I really love that 8 max dodge skill. I'm not gonna lie, but for you to work, you need a mech that doesn't generate a lot of heat. In all honesty, I'm seriously considering grabbing you, especially since you might be useful for a fire starter with the machine guns. At least the hero fire starter is what I'm thinking. How are we doing on our roster so far? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, 6 pilots. So I got basically 2 lances worth, with maybe a Mangling and a couple others due to get fired. If I were to be serious. So Mangling, I think it was good. I might dismiss you for something new. I really would like to have him be able to level up to max at some point, but sadly the game doesn't really allow for that as much as I would like it.
Prepped and ready, Commander.
So welcome to the crew. You are replacing Mangling. The Jenner still needs 16 days of repair, and only other thing I want to check is how many. I would like replacement components we're limited on, because apparently I have no spare. Well, I don't have tier 2 AC-20s, so I don't think I need that outside my Victor. LRM-10 streams. That I would like for the Dragon. It's hard to really know the difference there. The idea, I suppose, some people think is the stream LRMs have less spread, so they're a little more reliable to hit the mech. So I'll throw in one of those, and then grab the spare tier 2 as well. Just gotta keep an eye on my count, because PPCs I definitely want. Would like to get a tier 2, but we'll stick with the tier 1s. And SRM 6s. Otherwise, we're good here. Maybe I should just start selling these jump jets, since I'm going to get very little value out of them otherwise. So I might as well make money off them, I suppose. And then if I suddenly decide that jump jets might be useful, I would say for demolition might be useful on some of my light mechs, so I shouldn't joke about it too much. So for possibilities of demolition, I'll hang on to the class 5, which I believe, yeah, 20 to 35 tons. So I will keep them. Alright. So we're good. Everything's going to be ready and recovered by the time we get to our new region here. Let's see, 55% additional cost and double duration. Let's see what we have over here. Ideally, I would like to avoid more engagements with Davion, since I am on such good relations with them so far. But I guess I shouldn't be so picky. Money is money, and we're going to different regions as per the reputation requirement, as I realized in my last episode. This recommends a reputation level of 8. Over here is reputation 9. Ooh, rare weapons in a hero mech. I'm gonna have to go back there pretty soon for when I need to repair. I am really curious what would be considered a rare weapon. And what I was gonna get at, reputation 12 if I want to go to Draconis Combine, or even the Steiner territory. So I may come back here just to have a look to see what the lower reputation missions look like, if they scale with me or not. But I think the game is suggesting I'm going to be moving away from Davion almost indefinitely, because it seems like Steiner and Draconis Combine are going to be the higher level stuff when I get back to the Davion territory. Unless I want to fight down here more, which is a possibility. Alright. So, the Cerberus Hounds, what are you? More for House Liao. That's an important thing. Note. Bunch of lasers. Fancy tier 3 lasers though, so I'm tempted. All Capellan residents are stalwart, hardworking, and deeply honored to live under our flag and the protection it provides. Although, I would say Merrick would suggest otherwise since you kind of were forcing them to stay, or weren't allowing them to return back home. So I don't know how true this is. That, however, does not mean we are unaware of the unfortunate constraints and shortcomings our nation has been forced to institute. As the centuries of the succession wars have passed, we've seen our territory shrink and our military production slowly erode. One of our military assets is a band of Davion military defectors from the 9th Avalon Hussars, who fled to our territory in 2862, near the end of the Second Succession War. Disagreeing with the self-righteous hypocrisy of the Federate Sons, these defectors helped Chancellor Otto Liao formulate the elastic defense strategy that saved our realm. For the past century and a half, the Cerberus Hounds, as they call themselves, have lived in relative peace in a collection of planets inside Confederation space. As various threats arise, however, the Hounds have been known to answer the call to defend themselves and our great nation. Now it seems their location and deposition have been leaked to Davion forces, who sent strike teams to eliminate the defectors for their ancestors' generations-old betrayal. As capable as these noble Capellan warriors are, we cannot let them fall in battle. We request any support available, safeguard our citizens, and you shall be rewarded. Well, I guess this is any opportunity, as good of an opportunity as any, I suppose, if I'm going to start backstabbing Davion. Money is money, and hopefully, I could do a mission for Davion if I'm really that concerned. So I can do this quest for him, and then just do hired help to kind of balance it out, I suppose. Since if I'm sinking, or if it's looking like I'm going to be going to Merrick space, I might be fighting against Liao some more. So otherwise, with that said, this is a defense mission. Simple as that. I don't really want to go more into insurances, if I were to be honest. And money is good. I like money. This won't get me a medium mech is the only problem. And that gives me 110,000 for each point I put in. Which would I prefer? Yeah, I'll stick with this, I suppose. I need what, at least 12 if I want to realistically get a medium mech. And that's part of the reason why I want to keep my reputation high with Davion, because look at the amount of negotiation points I have with them, god damn it. That would make my life so much easier. Only downside I don't like is the amount of, the duration of this mission, dang it. I like to try and keep it low so that way I can get more done before the quarterly bill. Oh well, it is what it is. Difficulty 38, so that's not a big deal. I should be able to manage this pretty well. And already my lance is pretty well kitted out. I have 5 tons to spare. I forgot to equip my dragon, but then again it was like 20 days to finish up all the repairs and that, to be honest. So, if I wanted to be efficient, I could have held off on that. So LRM ammo is in place. That's going to take only 4 days and almost no cost, so I'm fine with that. Alright, this should be good. The bonuses is almost negligible, pretty much. Now, confirm the lance as the Enforcer Warhammer. I'll stick with that. Unless I feel like I can get away with the Awesome, which would be 10 more tons. So 50, 50, 55. So we got a lot of medium range brawlers here, which sounds good. I like to say that sounds really good. And if only that wasn't in... Well, I could wait, I suppose, if I want to add the dragon in, since I could replace the Shadowhawk easily for that. Now, who pilots what? Freeman, I suppose, is going to stick with the Centaurian since I kind of robbed him of his Jaeger mech. At least for now. And it's got a good array of weapons of all types, so that should help level him up some more. In every aspect. Let's see, Merit, you still need to train your mech a bit. It's not going to be very hot, so you should be okay with level 1 heating. And then Shipman, you got good ballistics, good energy. You're a good match, I want to say, for the Enforcer. So we're fine with waiting the 4 days. That's not a big loss. And I suppose I'm going to try and provide fire support, which in all honesty, in retrospect, I probably should have been the long-range mech all this time to at least make it a lot more easier for me to control the rest of my lance.
I'm dropping you into a region that's set to be targeted by the first Kittery borderers. They're expected to conduct a raid on Capellan territory on orders from House Davion. Looks like they're not too happy about the Cerberus Hound's existence. Get ready to gear up and fend off the incoming attack. Looks like we found the place, Commander.
No.
Hostile forces just crossed the perimeter, Commander. They're heading your way.
Come on. Oop, I missed there. For some reason I thought my one cursor was the... for my PPCs there.
Heading at new location, Commander.
At requested location.
Alright. There, you're dead. That's an easy kill. And hopefully we can deal with this pretty well. I just need my PPCs to hit, and dang it, guys. Stop making a mess, please. I don't have LRM, so I gotta trust you guys are able to do what's necessary. Alright, Freeman, you're in the Centaurian.
Relocating to your order, Commander.
Moving, Commander.
And we'll deal with this light mech. Actually, let me send everyone over there, because why not? Apparently we only killed 2 targets. From what it's telling me. I feel like we should have killed more.
Requested location, Commander.
But that's going to be corrected momentarily.
Closing at your waypoint.
Although that Scorpion is going to be a pain to deal with if it gets inside the city. There. Me and Pulse Laser is all I need. Harasser, you're going to be tricky to hit. Okay, I take that back. You're easy to hit. You just need multiple shots. And I know there was a light mech around. Dang it, where are you hiding? I should not need, well, I was going to say I should not need support, but what the heck are you doing down there? Why you confuse me with this strange tactic of yours, Davion? I know I fought with you a lot, but this new tactic of yours eludes me. And sadly I had to hit the hill.
Recon has spotted
Damn!
bogies. Heading
I
up
must
to
have hit the
engage
HUD
in
there.
with your position.
We're on your target, Commander.
I'll support you in a moment. Actually, dang it.
Fire.
I'm telling them to hit different targets rapidly. I saw how damaged the spider was and I want them to switch. When they should have stayed on the spider. There. The carrier is not allowed to do damage. Flamer's not a big deal. Although I don't want to hit my ally. If you would please. Now while they finish off the spider... Oh, I don't have a target, that's why. It's only a single laser, you should be good.
Enemy mech down.
Nice. Very nice.
Roger, repositioning.
Everyone just chill over here and we'll see how they deploy next. Because so far the city took no damage. I am not honestly worried about failing this. I just need to know where they're at.
Holding your location.
I'm in position, Commander.
Where are you hiding? I see shots, I saw explosions. Sadly I missed that shot barely. And that did not kill you.
More hostiles entering the combat
Problem
perimeter.
solved.
Brace for additional contacts.
That's going to be annoying. Javelin should be a high priority just because the SRMs could do a lot of damage. It is spread damage, but it is a lot of damage. Oh my god, they're ruining that thing quickly. Where's... Oh god. That carrier needs to die fast, just in case. I was gonna say, where's my lance and what have you done with them? So, 2 assassins. I like this. I need a hit, so that's gonna be a bit problematic. Yeah, I'm not aiming the best. But I don't need to fire PPCs on them, I just need to hit with the machine guns. And I'm hitting really well, because I don't know if you noticed, but all I did was hold down the turn button. I didn't even have to watch. It was... The ratio was almost perfect to constantly hit the CT. You couldn't really ask for a lot better. So Enforcer took some notable damage. But they're still well armored otherwise. I'm just noticing your health bar is low, so I'm going to try and swap you out. Or circle you around. Where is that helicopter? Oh, there you are. Damn, that's a nice shot, wasn't it? Although, please stop wrecking the city. We're supposed to be defending it after all. And you're not following me, last I checked, so you should be a little more disciplined on that. From what I was led to believe. Also, another thing to keep in mind is walking over these corpses, or mechs, will ruin my chances of getting salvage off them. Uh-oh. My efforts to keep my Enforcer safe may have backfired a tiny bit. If they're going to deploy right next to them. You, my friend, I need to deal with. There goes one laser. I got health. I could take it. There. That's pretty efficient. Perfect. It took him a while to kill that locust, but... Ooh, Griffin. I had 2 good rear hits, but... Unless I make him turn around, that doesn't help me. That's basically free damage, or negligible damage if I don't take advantage of it. Good night. We're killing them nice and efficiently now.
Additional tangos en route to your position, Commander.
Where are they? I thought I heard more dropship of some kind. There. Jeez, they're now shooting at you? I figured that would have been a good sign then if they're just now damaging the site. So I don't think there's anything for you to worry about. From what I just heard, but that sounded painful. Oh boy. They're all over on the other side of the map, so everyone make your way over there. We're gonna have to rotate around. I am not afraid to take point. I would love the dragon to take point, and Enforcer just cover the rear. Cicada, Locust, Centurion, you're a scary one, and a Blackjack. Centurion is definitely scary. AC 20 on that. So long range shots will do me good. Although, taking Igor out is a big deal. I don't have much time to decide. Show your arm, bugger. There goes the autocan. That was a clean neutering. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to have your Centurion spayed or neutered. Otherwise, you might suffer hefty repair bills. especially if it's an AC-20 variant.
Nice kill. That's even going critical.
So much for my salvage there, but oh,
Winslow, focusing fire.
focus on this thing. It's probably the most problematic, although it shouldn't have the best armor.
We've lost our office tower.
Oh, you're fine. Although, who just shot me? Who dare took a shot out of me? I want to shoot you. I can't do it though because friendlies are in the way. And that almost was a friendly fire.
Mech kill confirmed.
Alright, so 2 targets left. A helicopter, a vehicle, and then... Oh, never mind, 2 mechs.
Share target. Here we go.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but I don't care. That was a good hit. And you walked right into it.
Shared target identified.
Finish him. Sadly, I had to miss with all those shots. Now finish him. Finish him. Just don't explode.
Commander, I'm detecting no more sign of first Kittery forces. Good work.
Alright. That was a nice assault mission. Maybe I should focus more on defenses. Or defense type battles to make my repair barrel more manageable. Maybe. The difficulty may have had a lot to do with it as well. I'm not complaining either way. It's money in the bank. Sadly, I'm not getting full value out of my insurance though. That's the only downside. Let's see. Yeah, it's only 170,000. So it's when I lose equipment that insurance really starts to be necessary. Otherwise, Davion's still sort of like me. They just like me less now. And salvage. I would have liked the Griffin. I would have liked the Blackjack. None of it is happening though. And there's no reason to grab. Yeah, there's no high value stuff. So mech it is. So we'll get the spider and grab one other thing, which looks like it's the autocannon. Although I would love more tier 2 medium lasers. I could actually use that. And dragon. My biggest mech took the least damage. That seems wrong. Oh well, that should be simple repair bills. Do I want to repair now? Because I could. Do I want to though? Because we have another defense mission here. And I think my story mission... Oh, Cerberus Part 2, that's what I was wondering. You have protected our loyal citizens thus far, but the fight against our great enemy is far from over. It never will be over. Trust me. The Davionists will not stop until they are either victorious or utterly destroyed. See to it that you ensure the latter, not the former. Continue to aid us in the fight against our oppressors, and you shall be rewarded. While you held off the first Kittery borderers' initial assault, the Cerberus Hounds have evacuated most of their non-combatants and will be sending you reserves shortly. In the meantime, it is recommended that you lure Davion troops into the Badlands and hold them there as long as possible. You will be provided with maps that should enable you to play an effective game of cat and mouse in order to buy you the time needed for the relief forces to arrive. So it sounds like a war zone. Yep, it's a war zone. Do I want to go down there now? It does lead me to another high value mission. An industrial zone, which I'm okay with. And I do jump a couple of times as well. So maybe what I'll do is jump to this war zone, do that, then do the grand base. Since my repairs should be manageable. Since I am also going to sell this dang... Where is it? Spider. Get a little bit extra cash off it. So repair everything. 6 days. 12 days. 14 days. So none of this should be an issue. And 6 days. Yep, in 20 days to fly over here, so I'm not too worried. It's just a matter of can I minimize damage for the war zone for when I jump over to the high value mission. That's what I'm going to try and do, so I may not go for additional bonuses here and save that for a second war zone, especially if it's looking like I might take serious damage. And the war zone apparently is for Davion. I can't say no to that. So since this is like a defensive mission like that, I'm inclined to try and get as much salvage as possible. Let's try and get something good out of this. I could go a little bit more. A little ridiculous, maybe? What do I realistically expect to encounter? Well, with 44 difficulty, it's very likely we'll encounter a handful of heavy mechs. And hell, the duration is only 6 days, so I can't say no to that. And apparently we just paid our quarterly, and we're still swimming at, what is it, 3 million. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I just wish I knew why the textures were downgraded so much for this mech bay. Because it seems perfectly fine in game. I just couldn't tell you why. Actually, do I have the task manager up? I apologize if this is disrupting. Yeah, 99% on my video card, so there is something going on here that's causing this rendering to look as it is. So I do apologize for that. Do I stick with the same roster? I would love to play with an Awesome, but the Warhammer played incredibly well too. So I think we stick with what we got. Who's my most durable? Well, Friedman is pretty much my most durable, but he's fine where he's at right now. He's leveling up at a good rate. Just might need to give him more missile mechs to boost it up some. And I still have to wait until the mission finishes loading. So in the meantime, it's always a possibility I could play with the Victor too. Although I'm going to suddenly be a frontline fighter as opposed to the long-range support. Which probably doesn't work the best here, unless I want the Shadowhawk. That's only 5 tons though. And I don't trust any of my lance mates to take the Blackjack. If anyone's using the Blackjack, it's probably me. Although there could be an argument to be had to let one of my lance mates use the Awesome. And then I use the Blackjack for more firepower. That seems like a possibility. I think to mix up I might do that. Or actually, maybe not use the Awesome, but instead maybe try out the Warhammer. Who would be best for that though? Probably Freeman should have that honors because of the heat efficiency after all. That gives me 5 tons to work with. So I can upgrade to the Shadowhawk there, and that gives me more range. And I have the close range firepower. Yeah, they're all longer range though in all honesty, so I wonder how I feel about this. I might regret this. It's a lot of machine guns. It is large pulse lasers, so I might run a little hot. But machine guns will wreck things quickly if I can keep hitting with them.
Commander, enemy forces will inevitably overrun this area, but we have been tasked with holding them back for as long as possible. We have substantial combat bonus opportunities the longer you can hold them off, but be sure not to overextend yourself.
So what I think I'm going to do is just go to the other side of this base here. I have the ledge to kind of protect me from flanking. The base itself is non-consequential. I have jump jets for flying, which I probably could strip those out for a little more armor and potential with this mech. So let's see. And this can be a pretty hot map, so I need to be careful of that. At least with my large pulse lasers. Yeah, just gotta be cautious. There is a rock ledge here, so I want to at least give the opportunity for my autocannon 5s and everything to be able to hit stuff. So over here might be better.
So cool.
I'm glad you're into it there, Freeman. Although you might have difficulty with that said. I'm just realizing because of the map.
I've arrived at the requested location, Commander.
Heading to location.
Affirm, on the move.
So Warhammer should hang back.
To location.
Dragon take point.
On my way.
And Shadowhawk hang there.
Moving to position.
I'll activate, and worst case, I can just use this wall for a shield.
Repositioning complete.
I'm at your designated position.
Perfect. So let's activate.
Enemy
Try not to destroy too much.
Get ready for them.
Yeah, keep an eye out. They are without a doubt around.
Waypoint.
Yeah, let's see where they're hiding. And then I just use this wall to cover while they destroy everything at range. Hopefully. Because this locust is easy pickings. The helicopter is dead. So the most important rule is to probably let them come to me. And try not to get murdered too badly. Eat it. Eat it.
Recon has spotted additional bogies, heading along a trajectory that intersects with your...
I like this layout, this positioning. It's not perfect, especially as the terrain gets destroyed, but I like it because it allows me to protect myself at least. Am I not hitting that thing? There, now I feel better. You see what I see? He got flipped upside down. Come on, Jenner. I know you have low armor because you don't know how to use your jump jets. Now I gotta be cautious of the mechs that's around this corner. Phoenix Hawk, don't shoot me, dang it. Actually, feel free to shoot me. So long as I'm allowed to shoot you is the catch. There. Easy neutered mech.
Additional hostiles have been dispatched. They're heading your way.
Oh my god, this is gonna maybe suck. Kill this thing now. That was a lot of damage, but I'm in good shape still.
Copy our shared target.
And you have PPCs. It's hard to appreciate what the machine guns are doing because of the visual clutter, but it's working out well. And I'm not having a lot of heat issues either. I took most of the damage from the Shadowhawk. Yeah, it is actually hard to tell what I'm actually hitting, which is a little funny. Everyone get back in position because I think you're busy following me. Cicada, crab, and I think another cicada. We're doing good though. This is potentially the last wave. Although they have a firing arc on me, I think.
Moving, Commander.
On the move. Arrived at location.
I'm in position, Commander.
Alright, lost my train of thought there a bit, but Cicada should fall soon. Well, it should die. It's not doing that though. Uh-oh. I want this thing to fall. I want to kill the large laser first, so... Kill the large laser. Thank you. Although I'm out of range, I'm just realizing, so that doesn't help. Took long enough, but it's down.
Focusing on issue target.
And I think with my machine guns and arm risk breaking, I might finish up with this mission here on this wave.
Enemy forces continuing to converge on your location.
So 900 meters.
Commander.
Following your lead, Commander.
Target acquired.
Now, I don't know what exactly dropped down, so I gotta be cautious of that.
Target acquired.
Oh, that's all. That is scary. Just that dang hunchback alone is scary. Oh, they got a lot of dangerous mechs. Can't quite hit the mech though. Come on, just kill the torso. Perfect.
Enemy mech down.
Yep, I'm about to lose my arm. So staying here was probably a terrible idea.
Friendly fire, Commander.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see you because of all the clutter. Oh, and I lost one of my arms, dang it. So let's get out of here, let them finish off the Centaurian for me.
Tango destroyed.
Good, now can they clean the cicada for me for an extra bonus? I'm hoping their damage isn't too terrible. Shadowhawk took a lot and lost the laser. I'll let them kill it first, at least to make up for what I lost.
New target acquired.
Although I don't know why the helicopter's not still around. I figured it'd be dead by now. Ah, dang it, I'm having a hard time hitting it.
Tango eliminated.
Target acquired.
Group target acknowledged.
Alright,
Additional tangos en
Let's
route
get out
to
of
your
here.
Position, Commander. Dropship on approach, Commander.
mission
Prepare for
complete.
extraction.
Aside for a little bit of distraction there and, of course, just losing components. Thankfully, it's only an arm. It's nothing major. I don't know about the rest of my mechs, though. So, I like to think that was still a big success, and most of them at least are like my secondary roster. So I can hold up on repairing with them until I get to an industrial zone. So 1 million sea bills, yeah, 500,000 repairs, so that's unfortunate. But I get the Centaurian, and what else do I get that's good? Tier 3 lasers. And a Tier 2 small laser. This is a pretty good haul, I want to say. A damn good haul. And then otherwise, most of the damage was on my arm. No surprise, and thankfully, the Warhammer better not have lost. It didn't lose a PPC, no need to worry. We're good. Okay, I am back. I had to take care of something for a couple hours, so there has been a bit of a time lapse, at least on my end. But otherwise, I like to think that mission went as well as it could have, outside of missing out on an arm. And even then, that's not a big deal on my blackjack, since I'm not even planning on using it for next mission, and we have the Centaurian to sell. The main difference from the other Centaurian, my main one, is the large laser on the arm, and I think it even allows for, I'm assuming, a small laser as well. I don't think I can get away with a second medium on there, if I were to switch around. But extra money is definitely good money, and I will happily take it. Now the trick is figuring out which one is which. At least one being fully operational, the other one being completely broken, helps a ton in that matter. So now the big question. Is there anything I want to repair? Probably the Warhammer. 22 days. Is double duration 50% increase, so I might downgrade a little bit. And this Shadowhawk took notable amount of damage too there near the end. Probably due to that Hunchback and Centurion combo, if I were to be honest. Because that's a lot of firepower to be afraid of. Otherwise, Dragon took very minor damage. I can get away with that. Yeah, it's only really the Dragon that took very minor damage, and that's a bit of a shame because the damn Dragon's supposed to be taking all the hits. Don't ask me how that works. Well, the Warhammer also took notable amount of damage, to be fair. So I think I'll repair that, and then I think for my Warzone, I'm going to take the Awesome, Dragon, and maybe fit out whatever lighter mechs I can. Or hell, if I dare, I might want to go with the Victor and the Awesome, if it seems a little more convenient. And there was rare weapons up here, but maybe I'm too far away to see that, or it expired. After I'm done with this area, I might go and check that. So let's head over to the Grand Base and see about doing our Warzone. Get a little bit extra money, and if possible, I am going to try and do a little bit more here. At least try and get a little bit more profit if possible. Just give me a quick sec. I think I forgot to turn on a setting in the background. Okay, that's better. I don't know if it showed anywhere on your side, but what I basically did was turn on the overclocking to my processor to help get that tiny bit of extra performance. Although there's not much I can do about the video card since I don't have additional cooling, or let alone haven't really looked into overclocking that, if that's even a good idea, since it's what's causing the at least texturing issues if nothing else. Otherwise, we are here. There's apparently 3 contracts available. I thought there was only 2. Well, I could do another mission with Davion if I want to get on the good side. If I'm worried about the negative relations I'm going to have. So there's options here. We might have time for both of them, depending on how this first one goes. Otherwise, let's see, 7 negotiation points. I'm going to go with the Devil Insurance. And I would like... If I can get away with it, I'm probably going to get bonus ink value from this mission, if I can get away with it. The big question is tonnage. How much do I have to work with? Because sadly all my light mechs are pretty short range. Well, this is not accurate, thank you. And I'm 30 tons short, so I could easily throw a light mech in. I don't have a 40 tonner, but a Firestar might be good. It has really good armor, at the very least. 240, that is jump jets. Versus 240 and machine guns, so. Now it's just a question of which mech I want and what. Freeman, I think I trust you with the Centurion. This is an important responsibility since this was my starter mech. So treat it well. Who's best on energy weapons? Probably Shipman. At least can benefit off this skilling up there. Not so much on the minimizing the overheating, which honestly I think the Firestar is perfectly fine on the overheat front. I'm just gonna have to, ideally I guess, have the Firestar hang back until the Dragon and everyone else commits. And then otherwise, the Dragon and myself are gonna probably try and take the majority of the firepower. And what I'm curious about is the heat efficiency, so I know what to expect from this Awesome until we get upgraded. 2.8 heat versus what was it for the Warhammer? 1.7, so it is a little bit like 75% increase, so that sounds perfectly fine to me. It just comes down to what kind of map layout we're doing now. Let's get this going. Let's scale up merit. And hopefully get a bunch of money out of this. I have the range, so I should be able to freely pick off most of them at range before they do any damage.
Your previous defense of Capellan territory seems to have saved a lot of lives, and countless more civilians are being evacuated by the Cerberus hounds to neighboring planets. We'll need to keep Kitchery forces away from the evacuation sites in order to ensure they all get away cleanly. That means it's time to put your neck on the line. Your job is to stay to diversion and hold off the forces for as long as you can. The Capellans have provided us maps of these badlands, outlining where you should start. Good luck.
Anything else I can kill? Because I'm going to have a hard time hitting them. Nope, wrong button. Yeah, I gotta switch those hotkeys because apparently my arm PPC is on group 2 with a torso PPC. So that's gonna be a little problematic, but your flamer is gone. There, problem solved. Let's try and minimize damage as much as we can. I was hoping to hit that. I did hit it, but just not enough. Now, where is that carrier hiding? Okay, there you are. And you're still alive. Oh my god. These PPCs are crap. I had to use 3 shots on a dang SRM carrier. That makes no sense to me. But we're good. And we do have a lot of firepower with the Centaurian, but it's not going to last very long. That's the only problem. It has the firepower, just not the health. Yep, I'm taking the SRM fire. I don't like your SRMs. So I'm hoping my colleagues are doing their job, doing damage. And I was getting rear shot, which, no I wasn't actually. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting rear shot because it spreads out the damage that way a bit better. I hope I was not hit by friendlies. This thing cannot be killed. There we go. Now, let's actually see these mechs, because that looks like an enforcer. And I want to soften this up as much as possible. Before it gets in 400 meters, so I'm hoping my colleagues can help with this. A couple more like that, we're golden. That was an easy kill. Ah, missed that shot, that's unfortunate. Now he's dead. That was a nice laser hit. How's everyone's health? Pretty good, even our Centaurian, minus that weaponry, is in decent shape. Oh, there's a Manticore. I want to deal with you. But you're in my face. You're so tempting to kill. There. Just engage the Manticore. There, it's gone. And I'm taking... I have good I took notable damage, but I'm still in good shape. Now, I want my dragon to kind of take point, I think. Although it's kind of hard when they're in front of me like this, isn't it? And as soon as I start firing them, they cause problems, but I still got armor. And you're dead.
Additional bogies setting an intercept course on your position.
Alright, so Assassin, Shadowhawk, and a Centurion. That's a scary threat.
Heading to location.
I know what I want to engage. Can I hit it is the question. I want to engage the Centurion, but it's not going to be likely.
Incoming missile. Target acquired.
You're an AC-10. They're engaging me, so that's no surprise. And my optimal range is 460, so I am getting fall-off damage here. There goes your arm.
Target acquired.
Target received. Engaging.
I'll help you with the Shadowhawk in a moment.
Critical.
At least,
Clear that splash target. It's about to go critical.
at least this guy knows what he's doing. Now, can I get away with more is the question. Because there goes your weaponry. Let me have my rear soak some of the shots. And watch my heat. Because so far the heat's very manageable.
New target acquired.
That was a nice hit.
Target destroyed.
Heading to location.
Can I get away with more?
Repositioning.
How much more can I get away with is the honest question.
Located, Commander. Alright. I've gotten word from Layout Command that the majority of evacuations have been completed. I'm seeing more forces on the horizon.
Now, where's
so you can
evac?
stick
This is the
around to
important
try and
question.
get some bonus
Alright.
money, Or you can evac. Up to you, boss.
Oh, this might decide depending how this goes.
Near location, Commander.
Focus target has been updated.
Guess what? They're trying to focus me, the jerks. But that thing, the one downside to that variant of the Shadowhawk is it has so many weapons. Guess what it compromises? If you guessed armor, well, you already knew that answer from how quickly it died. I know that variant very well from Battletech on how fragile it can be.
Destroyed. Target acquired. Heat critical.
I'm doing a bad job shooting.
Enemy destroyed.
We're on your
Yeah, let's kill this off and get ready to go. Or at least make preparations to go. Although your flamethrower is not welcomed.
More enemies inbound. They really are gunning for you, Commander. Watch out. Grid received. On the move.
Everyone get in here.
Target acquired.
It might be a terrible idea, but especially with that hunchback. But guess what I'm gonna do about that hunchback?
In position, Commander.
I'm gonna try and kill off its torso before it gets in close.
on station.
There goes 3 weapons, basically. There goes all the weapons. Now you're in range, and there's not a lot you can do about it.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Although, my arm is about to fall off, so I want to take some evasive maneuvers. I would like to avoid losing arm, ideally.
Focus target received, Commander.
How much more can we get away with?
Target acquired. Target
Reconnaissance flights show increased enemy presence.
200,000, I think we're golden.
Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
So the question is, how do we get up there now? I didn't really put that much thought into how to get up here.
target acquired.
And that Griffin, I like fighting the Griffin because all the weaponry on that side component. I just gotta hit it, it's the question. It is a long-range mech though, so
Here we go.
it's not like I can avoid its damage the best.
Target acquired.
There goes my arm, sadly. It is a free fodder arm that had nothing on it, so while I was trying to avoid losing it, it's not a huge loss.
Engaging with Lance.
Target neutralized.
Just gotta watch the leg and get ready to bamboozle.
My scope is lighting up with more targets converging on your position.
There we go.
Stay frosty.
We are done here. I think that was pretty good. That was about 50% of my current payout, with the possibility to do a little bit more.
Before more enemies arrive.
Although, let's see, shield arm's good on you. Firestar's perfectly fine. For some reason, the dragon is just impervious to taking damage. Or at least it's always very minor damage. Don't ask me how that works. It's consistently happening. I don't know if I should be excited or not. Because you figure, well, I guess it's because it has an AC5 and not necessarily the most potent weaponry. But this awesome handles amazingly. And we got good salvage. Sadly, we can't get the Shadowhawk. Try as I might, but we do get the Spider. And a couple of, yeah, tier 1 AC10, which is pretty good. And insurance covers almost everything. I'm just wondering what was destroyed. Just my arm? Just my arm that should have nothing on it, if I were to be honest. So overall, still a damn good mission. And the Firestar barely got out without a scratch, but didn't do nearly as much damage, probably because it was hanging back and has shorter range. Thank you for your efforts in defending our honored citizens. Even though the Cerberus Hound's ancestors were not compelling by birth, the Hounds themselves stand as a testament to the compelling ideal that everyone has a right to earn citizenship in this great nation. We thank you for preserving our people and, most importantly, our valuable military assets. So we get 5 Tier 3 small lasers. I look forward to using them. Tier 3 large laser. That might be useful on a Enforcer at some point. And more reputation, all that good stuff. But we're still nowhere near accessing the next story mission. I'm fine with that. What kind of condition am I in, though, for the next war zone? I don't think I'll chance it. Especially with that delay, or having to spend a couple hours between this mission and the last few. But we're in good shape, though. Sell my other mech that we just got. What was it? The Spider. And we're practically at 8 million after, well, I don't think there was much drastic repair bills outside what I started off with. So I like to think that was a pretty good couple of months for me. Now, let's find out what these mechs are. And then, with that said, I should also make a note to go over here, which suddenly is compelling territory. I'm pretty certain that was Davion before, but I could be wrong, or at least a portion of this was Davion. I know it does change a little bit, because at some point, Steiner, the blue territory, and Davion are their two leaders are gonna have a marriage, in which case they're gonna create a new faction, and if I remember correctly, they're gonna start the 4th succession war as a result of that marriage. Ooh, catapult! I'm really damn tempted to get this mech. The only problem is, I don't really expect my lance mates to use missiles the best. So it probably would fall on me to use it, but Thunderbolt. There's opportunities here for me to grab a couple mechs. But first, let's start repairing. Yep, and everything's pretty minor, I hope. Yep, no components lost at all, just a single damage heatsink on the leg. So that's as good of a run as I could ask for. Only exception is probably I just switch out some of these heatsinks into the torso, because the arm is more likely to get destroyed after all. Sadly, that's 26 days, so that was definitely expensive. Just look at the bullet holes on this thing. It basically took a beating while dishing it out in return. Centaurian, you had nothing on the arm, I'm pretty sure. Nope, nothing at all, you're good. That was a job well done, Freeman. Firestarter, 4 days repair for you. Dragon, what was your very minor damaged. Now the bigger repairs. Warhammer, 100,000, 11 days. Blackjack, need to just replace the machine guns. Or hell, why not just make it a bunch of AC2s? That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? How the hell am I going to afford so much tonnage, though? I couldn't tell you, so we'll just leave it as is. And I would be okay using jump jets myself, and the armor's already maxed out, too. This is the one case where I might keep the jump jets, honestly. Just because how would I tweak it? Outside maybe 3 pulse lasers, which is what Blade, who I did co-op streaming with there, was it last week or the week before? His hero Blackjack was 6 machine guns and 3 medium pulse lasers, so if I can get more pulse lasers, I might consider doing that route. Or even more ridiculous, I could swap this out for a PPC, as silly as it sounds. We'll stick with what we got. And finally our Shadowhawk, which is missing a laser. Sadly a tier 2 laser, but that's the one higher tier component I have a good handful of. So, sadly I was up at 8 million, then I just burnt about 1 million. And I'm really tempted to just buy these mechs, but tier 4 autocan 2, was it tier 4 autocan 2, and a couple of tier 3 autocan 5s. Tempting stuff. And I already got, there's actually a good handful of tier 3 stuff here to seriously consider. And another tier 2 PPC. It's really tempting me, isn't it? I don't want to spend too much in case there's a new mech for me to optimize, but this is an honest question. What would I seriously replace if I'm going to get a new mech? Because I want to find, I believe there's a place for the Victor, especially now that it has its heavy armor. I just utilized it poorly, I suppose. Especially with my lance mates running out of firepower in that first strike mission. I have at least 3 light mechs for any devastation, or was it demolitions? And I still have 3 medium mechs. So we're quite well rounded. The only downside is all the medium mechs are basically the same as each other. Pretty damn close. So let's just have a look at these mechs and find out for ourselves what's available. And I can also go over here if I want to go to Merrick territory instead of Liao. I'm tempted to, I'm not gonna lie, since it's close proximity. Let's see. I'm just sad I never went to go check what those rare weapons or components were. I would have liked to have a look. It could have been anti-missile systems, AMS. Ooh, a commando. It's just 4 lasers, but it's not a mech to be underestimated. For demolition work though, it may not be up to the task though. Unless outside needing a 4th mech, and it's only 2 million C-bills for crying out loud. I think I'm okay with that. And there's a couple of hunchbacks. What is it? This one's a missile hybrid variant. And this one's the laser variant, which we just neutered really easily. And another archer, which I would love to have one of these mechs. I just don't trust my lance mates to use them effectively. It's a bit of the problem I'm having. Because the archer would be perfect. And I won't lie, I really want to get this commando. Is it because it's a hero mech or because I want a nice mobile light mech? In all honesty, I don't think it's going to be up to the task if I'm going to put it in a if I'm not going to put a lance mate into it. They're not going to utilize the speed to its fullest. So I'm going to say no to that. And have a look at equipment. AC-10 burst fire. I shouldn't overlook the burst fire. They could be fun. They definitely look satisfying with the rapid firing. Just really hard to focus on a single component the best. And a couple AC-2 burst fires too. I'm trying to remember. Does the Shadow Hawk... I think the Shadow Hawk has SRM-4s, so I might go with the Tier 2 instead. And ammo, we're looking decent outside of the half tons. So only thing left to check before we end off this episode is go check Burno's Ares. See what's over here. Ooh, there's another high value mission here. Both Reputation 8. This one's Reputation 8, so I have my choices. I think I'll be interested in see what's over near the southern edge of the Inner Spear. I might go there first. But we'll leave that again for another episode. I am happy with how we did for these last few battles. And, oh, a rare mech is a Zeus. This is an interesting one, but look what it comes equipped with. This is a high-tech Zeus at that. It's got Artemis, which is an advanced targeting acquisition system for missiles that allows them to fire more reliably. It's got a UAC-5, which is a Gatling gun essentially. Sync burst fire, but it generally is more powerful. And then an ER large laser. Extended range large laser. Do I trust a Lancemate to use this? Because we also have a Rifleman, which is interesting. 2 AC-5s and 2 large lasers on the arm. It's kind of a more solid type of Jaeger mech almost. Because I think it has more armor, even though it is slightly lighter tonnage. This is going to be tough. Because I am a couple million C-bills short after all of the Zeus. But look at that weaponry. I would love to play with an ultra autocannon. Then otherwise we have a couple tier 3 AC-10s. LRM-20s. So a couple of good stuff here, and I'll grab the tier 2 machine guns. Actually, let me grab a tier 1 just in case. So I would love to get that Zeus. Bigger is better, especially as we get higher tonnage amounts, but it's a question. The Victor, well actually the Zeus is more of an all-rounder, good long-range firepower with that extended range large laser. So it's more in conflict with the Awesome, if I were to be serious. It's just tempting me because it's new and exciting, that's all. The only reason why I'm seriously considering getting it. And the large laser is also on the side torso. I think I pass on this. It is more well-rounded than, whereas the Awesome is more like long-range fire support, but the Awesome still has a ridiculous amount of armor and can fight in close. Since normally in all the other versions of Mechwarrior, the PPCs have like a minimum range to them, which is not actually present for Mechwarrior 5. So its one serious weakness is no longer a weakness, so I should stick with the Awesome because of that. It's just tempting, I won't lie. It's like I said, newer things, more exotic tech. How can you say no to that?
Let's get to work.
Speaking of which, I could say no to all these pilots, they're all low tier. So, that was still exciting. Maybe not as many missions as I would have liked, but we're in a good position to start exploring. Hell, we could even go into the periphery. I don't think there's anything of value for us down there though. So, thank you for watching everyone. We finally got to try this thing out and it performed well. It took the punishment and it dealt it out in kind. Now hopefully you know why I love this mech. I'll see you next time.